Oh, CO everybody. In this beautiful morning, looks like we got thunderstorms coming in a couple hours. You can see the fog. If the camera doesn't filter it out, it's starting to lift, but it's hazy today. Garden looking good. Got the pigs. You know, this paddock system was designed for rotation, and it got out of hand because we got overwhelmed with pigs and overgrazed because the pigs got into the sheep area, so I had to get the electric fixed on here. So time to get this rotation back going, which you can see I got the sheep up there, and they've got their rotational pin there that they can flip-flop on. They've got plenty of grass to eat on, but the pigs don't. And you know, the number of pigs and the sheep being over here helped with that. But what's on the agenda today, I don't think the turkeys will prevent seed from sprouting. They'll eat a few. You know, that's just part of it, the chickens and the turkeys coming over here. But I'm gonna get all these pigs moved over here back into the main pig group using my old electric netting we haven't used since Hurricane Michael. But I'm gonna get them moved over here, which I haven't fed these two groups. Everybody else has been fed. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw a scoop over here to Teddy's group, and then I'm gonna have a scoop for Walter's group. Go ahead and open the doors and try to walk him out into here. Go ahead and turn the electric off, and then see if they'll just, I'll toss the scoop over there and they'll all follow. I imagine the turkeys hopefully will be a little less adventurous, but they're not hard to catch. So if they do wander over, I can just catch them later on. But I just took my 100-foot temporary fence and just run it back and forth 3 times. And I don't think I need to electrify it. I think 3 layers, anybody tries to push through it, they're just gonna get tangled up and give me time to grab them. But we're gonna go ahead and set up the tripod here and see if we can't get this on video and not look like a complete idiot, and give y'all a glimpse into our day before the rain hits. I got some other projects I'd like to do. Don't know if I'm gonna get them done, but we'll see. I wish y'all could see. I'm gonna try and see if I can't get a video of it one day. We've got those little swallows. I don't know if they're like barn swallows, chimney swallows, whatever they are. They live in the underpass over there, where the water flows, and build mud nests. And they come here and get feathers from my birds that are on the ground, and they play like tag with them. It's just really neat to watch. I'm gonna try to catch that on video one day. But let me go ahead and get started with this. Yeah, we got Walter over there with one of the larger males out of here. And I was finally able to coax the rest of them over here with that right there. And then I just got to get them to go over here to this side and see what we can get. If I get it, all these greenery right here is like ice cream to them, so they ain't had it in a few weeks, so they're enjoying it. Little rascals. Well, we'll get them moved. Get them moved over here with these guys for now until we can get them butchered down. It's nice to not have them in that pen anymore and get some grass growing. You can't see them because of the fog. There's a tractor right over there. Farmers working the field before the rain gets in. While they're doing that, look at this right here. I just noticed I got sweet potato way out here in the grass. So I'm gonna have to move that a little bit. Thought I saw a second one, but now I can't see it. I don't know. That's definitely one of the Okinawan purples right there. This grass like doubles in size every day. I gotta get out here and regain control of this thing. This is getting bad. I'm gonna get my electric cultivator out, start working with it. Look at this right here. Okinawan purple, Okinawan purple, Okinawan purple. So it'll be pretty cool once we come in here to harvest these potatoes. We'll go ahead and be getting sweet potatoes and regular potatoes. Yeah, I really gotta see if I can save these beans. These grass is just insane. You wouldn't think there was this many seeds, but man, it's bad. But it's the cost we pay. I have to put in a little sweat equity. It's a beautiful thing. Well, I'm gonna get back to the closed caption, the time lapse over there, and we'll go from there. I got a couple moving over that direction. Let's see if I can't spook these here in a second. They're starting to wander away from the feed. Let's see what we can get. How about you guys go that way? Huh? How about we go that way? Half of you are already headed that way. I need the rest of you to follow. Go ahead, you two. Go. All right. Let's step over. Try to do this without too much trouble. Come on, little. You were scared of me just 5 seconds ago. Go on. Go with your buddies. Everybody go. Everybody go. So I can turn this electric back on. Go, go, go. Perfect. Go ahead. It'd be nice to let y'all just sit in here and graze. Go on. We got other work to do. There you go, guys. Everybody's moved. Ha ha ha. Love it. Complete. Now Walter has pushed up under the fence before. That's how he originally got in there to begin with. So I reckon we'll see how that goes. Hopefully in the next couple weeks I'll reclaim this mint bed. I got some apple mint escaping. I need to do something with that. But let's see what else I can get into before the rain gets here in a little bit. I'm gonna go check my weather app. Success. Yeah, what I got some old deer feed plot seeds. Got oats and radishes and just barley, all kinds of good stuff. And that's what I'm gonna start it with out here. I got some out there in those two. And this bag should do 2 acres. And I've already used half of it on those 2 sections up there because I know I'm going to have some loss with the turkeys and with some rain washing some away. But we'll have enough sprout and we'll have enough native seed come up that it'll take back off. But I just got to get out here and I'm going to disperse it by hand, use about half of what's in this bag because I'm going to save the other half. Because once this, which will take it a couple months, is going to look like that up there, then I'm moving all of them over here. So we'll repeat this process in the other direction. And then we'll go ahead and be able to green that one up by this fall. And then we can start rotating properly, which the numbers should be going down as we make more breakfast sausage, if you know what I mean. So Anytime you reintegrate animals, there's always going to be dominance arguments. You got Teddy and Walter over there hashing it out because they're the two dominant males. Which is probably why Walter left to begin with, is he didn't want to fight with Big Teddy, which Teddy's a puppy dog unless you challenge him. So he's just letting everybody know who's in charge. But that's to be expected. All right, next thing on the agenda. We still got about an hour and a half before the rain gets here. I've got these pepper plants down through here. I seeded marigolds between the tomatoes, and we actually do have some sprouts. Let me see, I gotta do a little weeding. You can't really tell, but let me see, that's a marigold right there. But I've walked it, and there's several marigold sprouts actually. Here's a few better ones. That's a marigold, and that's a marigold. So these will have marigolds coming up between them. The tomatoes will. But since I don't have none on the peppers, I've got a bunch of self-seeded marigolds up there where I actually mow that I'm going to go ahead and dig up before the rain gets here and just fill the pepper row between the peppers with marigolds and go ahead and get them in there. One, to keep that line going because they're descendants of the ones Daniel originally planted over here when he had his garden. And two, just because it's good to have them, but I wanted to keep those seeds going. So we'll go ahead and get those marigolds transplanted while the boys are hashing out their differences, and then we'll go from there. Just showing you what we're working with. I got this old fountain right here, and it had a few marigolds planted up in it that grew like crazy and draped over. So we've just got, you know, from seed, tons of marigolds up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these, many of these as I can get, pulled up and transplanted, plug them in a few areas, and then we'll go from there. We got about 35, 40 in the bucket, and didn't even really dent the population over here. So I'm going to be using this as my marigold farm for the next week or so. Keep coming back and plugging them in different places. I actually think I may string a few along there. And as I mulch other stuff, maybe I'll go ahead and string it out. Cody's cat. Little rascal. He just popped up one day, sitting up there in the car. So he's done moved in for now. He's gonna move away with Cody, so. But yeah, let's get to it. Alrighty, so now we've got 30 marigolds plugged in right there, and I got to weed down between the peppers And I actually saw, this camera will barely pick it up, so I'm not going to even bother. This supposedly dead sweet pepper here actually has little bitty leaves coming up from the base. So she should bounce back. That gives me a little hope that that cachucha right there that looks dead will bounce back. Kind of like this sweet pepper's doing. You know, the old leaves from the winter are all the yellow nasty ones, but then really healthy stuff right there. And we've even got our first couple, let's see, little green peppers on there. We actually have several down through there. So that's done for the day. Now, when I went up there to get those marigolds, I was reminded I've got 25 strawberry crowns I've got to get planted. So I'm going to try that next. Let me see. I don't even have all my spots figured out where I'm plugging them, but time to go get them. Just a little something while I'm out here planting strawberries. I'm about to put some around this Yapon holly. I just wanted to show you all these bumblebees doing their work. Yeah, it's a thistle. I don't like it, but they are putting in the work. Almost could be one over there sleeping. Kind of looks like it. Huh. I just love nature. It's kind of neat. Rain ain't got here yet, but that fog is sticking with us. It's kind of funny. I pulled up here, and Walter's whole crew is at that gate wanting out. Teddy's whole crew was in there napping. That's funny. My wild garlic. See, I think I'm going to try and put the strawberries right around this base so that they don't get scalded too bad in between the blueberry in there. And see what we get out of that. Not filming me planting them. I mean, I ain't so much planting y'all can watch in one video. But that's what I'm doing. I took and planted some around my trees down there. And I'll show you the ones up at the house that I've situated in my little nook there. Just trying to get some of them to establish so we can start our own colony. Actually, I'm gonna show you this real quick. Hopefully the video quality ain't too bad between my phone and my camera. I'm jumping back and forth right out here on the edge of my burn pile. Every year I get these lamb's quarters. I transplant them. They live, go to seed and everything from the transplant. But they never come back in that spot, but they always come back here every year. No matter what I burn, how hot it is, I always get more. And this is where I want to pile my sticks and burn over here, so I'm not hurting my apple tree over there. So I wanted to scooch down a little bit. So I've got to dig these up. So hopefully I can get these dug up before the rain gets here too. I'm gonna move them out into my patch right there. And maybe having the mulch will help promote them to keep them around, I guess. But we're gonna find out. But let me get to it before this rain catches us. Well, I didn't bring you along for planting the strawberries like I said, but I got 3 in this pot here, and I turned around and put this variegated pink Eureka lemon in this pot here in my little nook. Planted 3 strawberries and added some mulch, and 3 strawberries in there with my star fruit, added some mulch, 3 strawberries on the other side with my zapotacaba, and again added some mulch, all spent hay from the goats. So we'll see how those turn out. This little nook area keeps the cold from doing as much damage, so I want to see if I can nurse these trees till they get a decent size to them in the trunk, and then maybe we can transplant them out. But since, if you can't hear, it is raining, so the storms have caught us, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. End the video. Hope you all enjoyed coming along with me. Wado for watching.